Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. Welcome to my channel. So let's do another point of view video. This is always kind of fun to do. Now remember, it's only my point of view on whatever I'm talking about. And it's just an opinion. Everybody has a different one, so you don't take mine to heart. Today I wanted to do a point of view from my eyes on using hand-dyed or expensive yarns versus inexpensive or value yarns. Now for me, being on YouTube, this is a loaded question. But because no matter which I say, there's going to be somebody who's going to say something about it. I personally use both. And I have no problem using value yarns, and I have no problem using expensive hand-dyed yarns. I like them both. For me, it really depends on, okay, I'm going to speak like from my point of view. If it was me, it depends on the project that I'm making, would determine what yarn that I'm going to use. So, that, you know, I have no problem with either or. I do not agree with people shaming other people because they choose to use value yarns over expensive hand-dyed yarns. And I do not agree with people shaming others because they choose to use hand-dyed yarns or expensive yarns over the value yarns. I don't agree with any of that at all. I think what yarn you choose to use, it's your deal. I mean, really, who cares? You make it what you make out of love. You make what you make because you like doing it. You chose the yarn because who knows what your reasons why you chose the yarn was. Maybe you like the yarn, the color of the value yarn. Maybe you're on a fixed income and you can only afford the value yarn. Maybe you like the real expensive hand-dyed hanks of yarn. Maybe you think you spend so much time on a project that you're not going to buy a value yarn because you want it, you think that hand-dyed yarns are made better than value yarns. Whatever your reason is, I don't care. I don't judge people by that. I don't care what type of yarn you use. And you shouldn't care what type of yarn anybody uses because, they buy it with their own money. So it's really their, it's them, not anybody else. So, like I said, I use both. It doesn't bother me to use value yarns. And it doesn't bother me to use expensive hand-dyed hanks. Do I think one is better than the other? Of course I do. Of course I do. Some people don't. I personally do. Of course, an expensive hand-dyed hank is better quality. Or not even even if it's not hand-dyed. Of course, I had a lot of yarn run through my fingers in my day. There's pretty much not any yarn. Well, there's very few yarns that I have not touched. Let's just say I've seen a lot of yarns. So, and of course, there is a difference if you're comparing high-end yarns to value yarns. Of course there is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, you get what you pay for. That is the way it is with everything. You get what you pay for. So, of course, if you're gonna buy a $50 hank of cashmere, of course it's gonna be 100 times better than a Joann's Big Twist. That's just the way it is. I mean, you can't really deny that fact. And some people choose to buy value yarns because they can't justify spending the money, even if they have it, on expensive yarns. That's noble, man. If you don't want to spend your money on it, it's cool. I don't care what you spend your money on. Some people buy value yarns because, they're on a fixed income, like I said. That's cool too. I buy value yarns because I like them. They're useful, depending on what I'm going to make. So, you've all heard the term yarn snob, right? People sometimes throw that around whenever they're like, I am not a yarn snob at all. I'll use any type of yarn. Well, I'll take that back. I don't like scrubby yarn. Not that well. If there's any yarn on the whole planet that I'm not a fan of, it's scrubby yarn. But I have used it, okay? But I will use any yarn, from the cheapest acrylic to the most expensive cashmere. You know what? I'm going to take that back. There is one yarn that's like $300 a ball. Vinca, or I think that's how you pronounce it. I can't bring myself to buy that. Now, I can't bring myself, because it's just like a little 1 ounce ball. I can't justify spending that much money on a ball of yarn. But have I spent $50 on a hanky yarn? Many, many times. Was it worth every penny? To me, it was. And that's all that matters, because I'm the one buying it. I made the money. I'm the one purchasing it. I'm the one making an article out of it. So in the end, it's my money, it's my time, it's my choice. Just like the inexpensive yarns that I buy. I choose to buy them because there's quite a few projects I like to use inexpensive yarn on. Again, I choose to buy it because it's my money, it's my yarn, I'm making the project, it's my choice. So in the end, when you're talking about you know, expensive yarns versus the value yarns, which one is better? Like I said, in my personal opinion, you really can't, I can't deny that an expensive yarn is better than acrylic. That's just me though, that's just my opinion. A lot of people will disagree with me, and that's cool. It's okay to disagree with someone. That's what makes the world so interesting, because everybody has their own opinions, and that is okay. You don't have to agree with me. And you can agree with me in a nicely, or disagree with me in a nice manner. And in the comment section, you can tell me, do you think that the more expensive yarns are better than the inexpensive yarns? Do you think, can you justify spending $50 on a hanky yarn for a project that you're going to spend hours and hours and hours and hours of your time on? Can you justify that? Or maybe it's only in your budget to buy you know, inexpensive yarns, and that's cool too. That's very understandable. There's lots of people like that. But you know, like I said, me being on YouTube is a very, very loaded question for me, because I've had people stop watching me because I'll use yarns that are expensive for some of my projects, because they think that they can't use a different yarn, and they don't like it that I buy expensive yarns. Well, I don't always buy expensive yarns. I have way more value yarns than I do expensive yarns. So I'm a big box type of person. The majority of my yarn comes from big box stores. About 80% of my yarn that I used to have was big box store yarn. I have no shame in that. I have no shame in that. I like value yarns. I like them because they're inexpensive. They do the job well. Then they get done what I want them to do. They serve the purpose that I bought them for. But I like expensive yarn too. And I like those for special projects. Projects that maybe I'm going to use for clothing and gift to somebody. I like it for projects that I know that are going to take a long time. I'm going to spend hours and hours and hours on, and I want to make sure that the yarn is of good quality. I like it for that reason. I like hand-dyed yarns because simply they're unique, and I like to buy them and look at them. I can't go buy a yarn like this at Michael's. You just can't. It's cool. It's interesting. It's unique. Hand-dyed yarns are awesome. Even yarns that are expensive and that are not hand-dyed, they just, you know what I said, to me, they're a better quality, and I will shell out a certain amount of cash to get a better quality yarn for a special project. But the majority of my projects that I make, I use value yarn. I have no shame in that. I like value yarn, just like I like hand-dyed. So, you know, that's just my point of view on it. What you decide to spend your money on, hand-dyed, expensive yarns like Noro or whatever. Some people think all that stuff is gimmicky, overpriced. Maybe. I don't know. But I buy it anyways because I like it. I also like this too, and I buy this. So, and I use them both. So you don't remember, just take it in consideration when some people do this. They will they will talk ill of somebody because they use value yarns. Don't do that. It's not cool. You have no reason why. You don't know why they're using them. I use them because I like them. That's my reason. And then some people will get very angry and talk ill of people when they use expensive yarns. Again, there's no need for that. I use these because I like them. I use them both because I like them. So whether you use these all the time, or this all the time, or both, in the end, like I said in many videos, it's your choice. It's not really anybody else's business. And if someone's trying to put you down, don't let them. You're buying it. You're using it. You're using your time to crochet it. You choose whatever yarn you want. I like them both though. What about you? Let me know in the comments. Do you prefer expensive yarns or hand-dyed yarns over value yarns? Or do you think they're exactly the same? Remember, please state it nicely. I mean, this is kind of a hot topic for me because I've been shamed quite a bit for both. For using inexpensive yarns and high-dollar yarns. I get it. I mean, I've been shamed for both of them, which is totally uncalled for, like I said. And so it's just stated nicely. I'm interested in your opinion. I don't really care what you use. You use what you want. Like I said, it's your business. It ain't mine. It's nobody's. I'm just interested. So let me know what you think about it in the comments and what type of yarn you prefer. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Remember, it's just a thought. Just my point of view. Just what I think about it. The types of yarns I use. Why I use them. And that's that. So I'll see you on my next video. All right. Take care. Bye, guys.